Listen, life's going to throw you all kinds of challenges, obstacles, and setbacks. But here's the thing. It's not about how many times you fall, it's about how many times you get back up. Don't ever let anyone tell you that you can't do something, especially when you know deep down in your soul that you're capable of more than what the world expects from you. You've got this fire inside you, right? A fire that nobody can put out. The world might try to throw water on it, but if you just keep feeding that fire, keep grinding, keep pushing forward, it's gonna blaze. You want success, you want greatness, you gotta put in the work. There's no shortcut, no magic formula. Success is built day by day, step by step. The difference between people who achieve greatness and those who don't is simple: perseverance. When you hit rock bottom, when everything feels impossible, that's when you need to dig deeper. Your mind will tell you to quit, but your heart knows better. When your legs feel heavy, when your body's telling you to stop, you've got to push through. Why? Because the only way to make progress is to keep moving forward. It's about mastering that one thing, consistency. Keep showing up, even when the results aren't immediate. Keep believing, even when the world tells you to stop believing. You know, there's a power in believing you can do something that no one else sees. You can't listen to the doubters. You can't listen to the negativity. You've got to trust your own vision, your own journey. Everybody's going to have an opinion, but only you know the path that's meant for you. You got to understand that fear is a liar. Fear will try to stop you from taking the next step, from reaching for the next level. But fear's not real. It's just a story we tell ourselves to hold us back. The minute you stop letting fear control your decisions, that's when the magic happens. That's when you unlock your true potential. So embrace the fear, look it in the eye, and do it anyway. Don't let anybody else's limitations become yours. You are capable of more than you think. You've got untapped potential in you that's waiting to be unleashed. People will try to tell you who you are, what you can't do, and what you should be, but you've got to define yourself. You're the author of your own story, and the plot twists are what make it interesting. So don't be afraid to rewrite the script. And don't ever forget, there is no such thing as failure if you don't quit. The only way you lose is by giving up, and quitting is not an option. Life's too short for that. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Every no is a chance to turn it into a yes. Every mistake is just another lesson on the road to success. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep grinding. When you stay true to who you are, when you chase your dreams with relentless passion, that's when the magic happens. So get up, get moving, and keep pushing forward. Don't let anyone or anything stop you from becoming the best version of yourself. That's your power, that's your gift, and the world's waiting for you to show up and shine. Success doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't come easy, and it's not handed to you on a silver platter. What separates the winners from the rest of the pack is their ability to keep going when everything feels like it's against them. Life is a series of challenges, a series of ups and downs, and it's easy to get discouraged when things aren't going your way. But here's the truth. Success is not about how many times you fall, it's about how many times you get back up. You see, the difference between those who achieve their dreams and those who don't is simple: perseverance. Perseverance is the relentless pursuit of something, no matter the obstacles or the hurdles that stand in your way. It's about continuing to push forward when the road gets tough, when people tell you it's not possible, or when you feel like you've reached your limit. The world doesn't owe you anything. It doesn't care about your dreams, your goals, or your aspirations. But here's the catch. If you want it, if you truly want success, you have to want it more than anything else. You have to dig deep within yourself and find the strength to keep going, even when you feel like you've given everything you have. Life will test you. It's not always going to be smooth sailing. There will be days when you feel defeated, days when you wonder if it's all worth it, days when you question your ability to continue. But this is where perseverance comes in. You've got to push through the hard days, the frustrating moments, the ones where quitting feels like the easier choice. That's when the real growth happens. It's not in the victories or the easy wins. It's in the struggle, the grind, and the moments when you don't give up. But here's something you need to understand. Perseverance isn't just about physical stamina. It's mental. It's about keeping your mind strong and focused on the goal, no matter how many distractions, failures, or setbacks try to pull you off track. It's about maintaining a positive mindset, even when things seem bleak. When you're faced with adversity, the mind can either be your biggest ally or your greatest enemy. If you allow doubt, fear, or negativity to take hold, you'll find yourself stuck in a place of helplessness. But if you train your mind to stay focused on your purpose, you'll find the strength to overcome anything. This is why consistency is so important. You can't just give a little effort and expect the world to change. The people who achieve their dreams are the ones who show up every single day. Even when it's hard, even when they don't feel like it, they keep moving forward. It's that consistent effort day in and day out that eventually leads to success. You don't need to be perfect, but you do need to show up. Consistency is key. It's about doing the work when no one's watching, staying committed even when the world doesn't notice. It's that quiet, everyday effort that will lead to the big breakthroughs. Think of success like a muscle. The more you work it, the stronger it gets. But just like building muscle, it takes time, patience, and a commitment to the process. There are no shortcuts. You can't expect to see results after one or two tries. It's about putting in the work day after day, trusting the process, and believing that your efforts are adding up. Even when you don't see the immediate results, eventually the gains will come. And when they do, you'll realize that all those hard days, those moments of doubt, were just part of the journey. They were the building blocks that got you to where you are. Another important aspect of perseverance is resilience. Life will throw curveballs. You will face unexpected challenges. But the key is to stay resilient in the face of adversity. Resilience is about bouncing back from setbacks, learning from mistakes, and coming out stronger on the other side. It's about refusing to let one bad day, one failure, or one setback define you. You have to keep moving forward even when you face obstacles that seem insurmountable. Every time you get knocked down, you have the choice to stay down or get back up. Resilience is what allows you to get back up. In the end, it's not about how many times you fall. It's about how many times you get back up. You've got to develop the mental and emotional strength to keep going when it feels like everything is against you. Perseverance is what will get you through the toughest times. And consistency is what will build your success. When you combine those two elements, staying persistent, showing up every day, and pushing through the hard times, you'll realize that there's nothing in this world that can stop you from reaching your dreams. You have everything you need within you to succeed. You just have to keep going. Fear is one of the most powerful emotions we experience as human beings. It can paralyze you, hold you back, and keep you from reaching your full potential. It's that little voice in your head telling you that you're not good enough, not smart enough, or not capable enough to accomplish your dreams. It's that feeling in the pit of your stomach when you think about stepping out of your comfort zone. But here's the thing, fear is not real. Fear is simply a story we tell ourselves to avoid taking action, to avoid facing the challenges that come with pursuing something great. The first thing you need to understand is that fear is a natural part of the process. Anytime you're about to step into something new, something unknown, fear will show up. It's an instinct. It's our brain's way of protecting us from potential harm. But in many cases, that harm isn't real. The fear you feel when you're standing on the edge of something new is often rooted in uncertainty. And uncertainty doesn't have to be something that holds you back. In fact, uncertainty is where growth happens. It's where transformation begins. If you let fear control your decisions, you'll never experience the incredible things you're capable of achieving. Fear is a liar. It will tell you that you're not ready, that you'll fail, that you don't have what it takes. But if you listen to that voice, if you allow fear to dictate your actions, you'll find yourself stuck in a cycle of self-doubt and missed opportunities. The truth is, no one has everything figured out from the start. No one is born knowing exactly what they need to do to succeed. It's the people who are willing to face their fears head on who move forward. They don't wait until they feel ready because they know that waiting for the perfect moment is just another way of letting fear control their lives. The key is to stop avoiding fear and start embracing it. When you feel fear rising up inside of you, don't shy away from it. Lean into it. See fear as a sign that you're on the right path, that you're pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone, and that you're about to do something important. Fear is often an indication that you're growing, that you're expanding your limits. Instead of running from it, run towards it. Challenge yourself to move forward despite the fear. It's important to remember that fear doesn't disappear, it just becomes manageable. The more you face it, the more you'll realize that it's not as powerful as it seems. Each time you step into a situation that scares you, you gain confidence, you build resilience, and you start to see that fear is simply a feeling, not a force that can control your actions. The more you push through those moments of fear, the easier it becomes to handle the next time it shows up. It's like building muscle. You have to keep working at it for it to grow stronger. Another crucial point is that fear often stems from a lack of clarity or a fear of the unknown. We fear what we don't understand. When we don't know what the outcome will be, our minds tend to create worst-case scenarios, imagining all the ways things could go wrong. But the reality is that most of what we fear will never actually happen. We are often afraid of things that are beyond our control or things that haven't even happened yet. And the more we dwell on those fears, the more power we give them. Instead of focusing on the worst-case scenarios, focus on what you can control, the actions you can take right now to move forward. Think about the moments in your life when you've been afraid to try something new, whether it's a new job, a new project, or even just a conversation. In those moments, fear kept you from taking action. But what would happen if you faced that fear? What would happen if you pushed through that discomfort and took the first step? You'd likely realize that the thing you were afraid of wasn't nearly as daunting as you thought. It was just a feeling, an illusion that kept you from moving forward. The fear of failure is a big one. Many people are afraid to fail, and that fear can be paralyzing. But failure is not something to fear. Failure is not the end, it's part of the process. Failure is feedback, it's how we learn, grow, and become better at what we do. If you never fail, it means you're never trying. If you're afraid of failure, you'll never push yourself to do the things that matter, to reach for the goals that scare you. In reality, failure is simply a stepping stone on the path to success. Each time you fail, you gain experience and you learn what doesn't work, which brings you one step closer to finding what does. Fear will always be there. It's part of being human, but it doesn't have to control your life. You have the power to choose how you respond to it. You can choose to let fear hold you back, or you can choose to face it, embrace it, and use it as fuel to propel you forward. When you stop allowing fear to dictate your actions, you'll realize that you're capable of achieving things you never thought possible. Fear doesn't stand a chance against someone who refuses to back down. Fear is just a feeling, one that you can conquer with courage, with action, and with belief in yourself. You have to understand that no one else can define your path. People will try. They'll give you advice, tell you what they think you should do, and even suggest what they believe is best for you. But here's the truth. You are the only one who knows your true potential. You are the only one who truly understands what drives you, what excites you, and what you're capable of. You've got to trust your instincts, your vision, and your journey. If you start letting others dictate who you are and what you can accomplish, you're handing over the power to decide your fate. That's not how you win in life. Every day we're faced with choices, and often those choices come with external pressure. It could be from family, society, or even our own self-doubt. These pressures can cloud your judgment and make you question what's best for you. But deep down, you have to know that you're the captain of your own ship. No one else can walk your path but you. And the beauty of that is that you get to decide what that path looks like. You get to make the calls, take the risks, and create the kind of life you want. But it starts with believing in yourself, trusting your vision, and defining your own journey. The world will try to make you conform. Society has a way of telling us what success looks like. It tells us what careers we should pursue, what lifestyles we should aspire to, and what kind of people we should be. It's easy to get lost in that noise, to start thinking that there's only one way to achieve success. But the truth is, there are infinite ways to succeed. Your version of success doesn't look like anyone else's. And that's what makes your journey unique. So you need to stop comparing yourself to others. Don't let someone else's timeline or version of success dictate how you measure your own progress. Every time you try to live someone else's life, you're stealing from your own. You've got your own set of skills, talents, and strengths that nobody else has. There's something inside you that nobody else can replicate. That's your power. But if you keep trying to fit into someone else's box, you'll miss out on the greatness that's waiting for you. Your path, your dream, your journey, those are the things that matter. And if you keep listening to others tell you what you should do, you're going to miss the chance to build your own story. This isn't just about following your passion. It's about owning it. It's about taking full responsibility for the direction of your life and not waiting for permission. Too many people wait for someone to give them a green light before they take action. They wait for the right time or for the world to validate their dreams. But you don't need permission. You've already got everything you need within you to take the first step. The world doesn't hand out success on a silver platter, and it doesn't tell you when it's your turn. You have to go after it with everything you've got. You've got to be the one to make that decision. The power is yours to take. You've got to be willing to take risks and trust that you can handle whatever comes your way. If you're always playing it safe, if you're always doing what's expected of you, you'll never discover the full extent of your abilities. You'll never stretch yourself beyond the limits you've set. It's easy to stay comfortable, but that's not where growth happens. Growth happens when you step outside of your comfort zone, when you challenge yourself, when you make bold moves, even if you're scared. Every time you take that leap, even if you don't land exactly where you want to, you learn, you grow, and you build the resilience necessary to keep going. Your dreams and goals aren't someone else's, they are your own, and you've got to protect them. Don't let anyone's negativity or doubts creep into your mind. Don't let the opinions of others make you question your worth or your vision. People will always have something to say, but it doesn't mean you have to listen. You've got to have a clear vision for your life and stand firm in it. If you let others' opinions sway you, you're giving them control over your destiny. And that's not the way to live. What's important is that you take ownership of your decisions and stop relying on others to tell you what's right for you. You know your strengths, you know your weaknesses. You know what drives you and what makes you come alive. It's time to stop second guessing yourself. Trust yourself, trust your gut, trust the process. It might not be easy. It might not always make sense to others, but as long as it feels right to you, keep pushing forward. Your journey might be different from everyone else's, and that's perfectly okay. In fact, it's better than okay. It's your advantage. You have a unique purpose in this world. The things that make you different are the things that will set you apart. Those things are the key to your success. Embrace them. Don't try to fit into someone else's mold because you're not meant to. You're meant to blaze your own trail. And once you start trusting yourself, defining your own path, and going after your dreams, the world will open up for you in ways you never imagined. The power to shape your future is in your hands. The only question is, are you ready to claim it? Failure is not the end. Failure is not something to fear, and it certainly isn't something that should hold you back. In fact, failure is one of the most powerful teachers you will ever encounter. Every time you fail, you are learning something important about yourself, about your journey, and about the way forward. The truth is, success is not linear. It's not a straight path from point A to point B. It's a winding road filled with ups and downs, twists and turns, and yes, failures. And every one of those failures is a stepping stone to something greater. When you fail, you don't lose. You gain insight, you gain experience, you gain resilience, you figure out what doesn't work, and you're one step closer to figuring out what does. The most successful people in the world aren't those who never fail. They're the ones who learn how to bounce back after every setback. They don't let failure define them. They use it as fuel to keep moving forward, to keep striving for more, to keep pursuing their dreams. Failure is simply feedback. It's not a reflection of your worth or your potential. It doesn't say anything about who you are as a person. It's just part of the process. When you fall short of your goals, it's easy to start doubting yourself, to think that maybe you're not good enough, or maybe you don't have what it takes. But that's just the voice of fear and self-doubt talking. The truth is, failure doesn't determine your ability to succeed. It only shows you what needs to be adjusted, improved, or refined. If you stop at failure, you'll never know how close you were to success. But if you keep going, keep learning, and keep trying, you will eventually break through. The key to turning failure into success is perseverance. When you fail, it's crucial that you don't give up. Giving up is the only way to truly lose. But as long as you're willing to keep fighting, to keep pushing forward, no failure can defeat you. Each failure teaches you something new. Maybe it teaches you to be more strategic, or to work harder, or to approach things from a different angle. Whatever the lesson is, failure is helping you grow and evolve. It's not something to be feared or avoided. It's something to be embraced. Think about the times in your life when you've failed. Maybe you tried something that didn't work out, or maybe you took a risk that didn't pay off. It felt like a blow at the time, but what happened next? Did you give up? or did you dust yourself off and keep going? If you're still here, if you're still pushing forward toward your goals, then you know that failure didn't stop you. You chose to learn from it and move on. The only time failure is truly final is when you stop trying. If you quit, if you walk away from your dreams because something didn't work out the first time, you've given up on yourself. But as long as you're still in the game, still willing to keep fighting, failure is just a part of the process. Every successful person, every person who has made it to the top has faced failure. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple. They didn't quit. They kept going. There's a quote that says, it's not how many times you fall down that matters, it's how many times you get back up. This is exactly what failure teaches you. It teaches you resilience, determination, and grit. It shows you that setbacks are temporary. It reminds you that success doesn't come without struggle. The more times you fail and rise again, the stronger you become. You build mental and emotional toughness. You learn to take risks without being afraid of the outcome. You stop seeing failure as something to avoid and start seeing it as an essential part of success. Failure also teaches you humility. It reminds you that success is not guaranteed. You can work hard, plan, and give it your all, but sometimes things don't go as expected, and that's okay. It doesn't mean you're not capable. It doesn't mean you don't deserve success. It just means that you need to adjust your approach. Maybe you need to learn more, work harder, or get more creative. But most importantly, it means that you need to keep going, because every failure is just an opportunity to rise above and do better. You're not defined by your failures. You're defined by how you respond to them. Will you let them break you? Will you let them make you feel like giving up is the only option? Or will you rise stronger, more determined than ever before, with a renewed sense of purpose and focus? The power to turn failure into success is in your hands. It's up to you to decide how you react, what you learn from the experience, and how you move forward. If you want to succeed, you have to be willing to fail, and not just fail once, but fail many times. Every time you fail, you're learning. Every time you fail, you're growing. Every time you fail, you're getting closer to where you want to be. The key is to never stop, to never give up, and to always see failure as an opportunity, not an obstacle. The road to success is paved with setbacks, and it's only those who keep moving forward that eventually make it to the finish line. So take your failures in stride, let them teach you, let them guide you, and let them drive you to be the best version of yourself. In life, the journey towards success is not a straight line, but a path filled with obstacles, challenges, and moments of self-doubt. But the key to overcoming these obstacles lies in perseverance, embracing fear, trusting your own vision, and learning from setbacks. You are the architect of your own life. The world will try to steer you in one direction, but the real power lies in your ability to define your own path. The fear that holds you back is just a signal that you're stepping into something new, something worth pursuing. And when failure comes knocking, don't view it as a defeat, but as a lesson that brings you closer to your goal. Through perseverance, you build strength and resilience. Through embracing fear, you unlock the courage to pursue your dreams. Through trusting your vision, you discover that your potential is limitless. And through learning from setbacks, you realize that every failure is just another step toward success. The power to achieve your dreams is in your hands, and the only thing standing between you and the life you want is your willingness to keep going, to push through, and to never give up. The journey may not always be easy, but it will always be worth it if you stay committed, keep believing, and continue to grow. So take that first step and keep moving forward, because success isn't waiting for you at the finish line. It's built in the strength you show every day along the way.